What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing? How are y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing? If you are in the chat on Facebook, please send some hearts. Please send some hearts and some thumbs up and some hugs. Let us know that you all are in. Let us know that you all are watching. If you're watching from YouTube, just type in, hey, conversations with the culture, or just type in the letters CW TK, CWTK. Hey, listen, we are here on tonight because we got some things that just came through today, and we want to be able to share that information with everybody and talk about it. Hey, hey, everybody. Hey, hello, 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 hello. And the reason that we want to talk about it is because it is public information, it's public knowledge, and it came to our attention this morning. So I'm asking that if you are a member of New Life Church of Orlando, if you are a friend of New Life Church of Orlando, if you are related by any way or any means to anyone that is associated and or attached to New Life Church of Orlando, please be in prayer for us. Please be in prayer for us. There are so many things that are just happening, and I'm going to tell you all this. Like, if you are not afraid to make comments in the chat, for the single women, and I just want to caution you all, because once you do something for you older ladies that are doing something, once you type in something, then there is a probability that you will be attacked, and those things are continuing to happen because conversations with the culture is coming through, and we're coming with it, and we're going to talk and tell the truth. And we're also wanting to make sure that we protect the integrity of the members and the people that are our friends and our loved ones, because we understand that whenever they actually do comment or say something, then somebody goes after them. And I don't need to name names, because it's the same person that we've been talking about since conversations with the culture even started talking about the things that were going on at New Life Church of Orlando. I want to tell everybody that we are fighting a fight against a regime of old thinking. We are fighting a fight against a regime of dictatorship. We are fighting a fight of a regime that is primarily protocol driven and not God driven. At this point in this church, in this ministry, we are fighting with those things. And it may take a couple of generations to change the mindset of people, because so many of us have been in this thing all our lives. And I'm talking about Pentecostal churches, the order of things, the way things are done. There has to be a turnaround and a change. And some people may not be accepting of that. But if you are not, then you can see, just take a look at what is happening to us. Just take a look. And we are not the only church, but we are one of the ones. We are not the only ministry, let me say that. But we are one of the ministries that is making noise because of what has been happening, what has happened to us, and how the church was really covertly taken over by someone who wasn't voted in, not by the church. He said he was voted in by the board, but it wasn't a board of all the members. So there's something wrong when you have people that will stand behind something like that. And I just want to give y'all an update as to what's going on. So hold on to your seat, because I do have a guest that's going to be in here in just a minute. I'm just waiting on him to get together, but hold on. Y'all take a listen. Hold on to your seats. I will be right back in just a few moments, because I'm pulling up some documents. I'll be right back with y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Welcome to Conversations with the Culture, the one and the only Minister Randolph Carter. He is it. Brother, I can't hear you. You might be on mute. You might be on mute. You might be on mute. Can't hear you. Cannot hear you. All right. It might be on your side because I'm definitely, I don't, you're unmuted on my side. Testing 1, 2. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. All right. He's going to go out and come back in. He's going to go out and come back in. While he's doing that, ladies and gentlemen, we did get, and this is public knowledge. You can go on to the Orange County clerk of court's website. I believe is Tiffany Moore is the clerk of court for Orange County, and it is there. And there was a motion filed this morning. A motion was filed at 9 o'clock this morning, and it is. Let me see if that's it, brother. Can you talk? Say something. Testing 1, 2.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, yeah, we can hear you now. Let's do this all
God
over
bless.
again.
God bless
Yeah, let's
everyone.
do this all over. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the one and only Minister Randolph Carter.
Cut it out, man. Yes, sir.
He's in the house. Welcome to Conversations with the Culture, my brother. I'm so glad that you were able to join me on tonight. I hope that you had a good day.
Oh man, the day was productive, man. That's what it's all about, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what it's always about. That's what it's always about. So you know what, Randolph, I'm glad you took a moment to come in because it was something that we saw the other night when we were standing at outside of the church. Tuesday night, we were standing outside talking, and Brother Darrell was outside with us, and he noticed in the window that there were lights flickering that looked like a television.
Right.
And I had never paid attention to it, but the way I talked about this on the live last night, was said that the lights were flickering like a television, and I didn't want to mention any names, but now that we got confirmation, I got like real confirmation today. It didn't ask for this information, brother. Wow. It just came to me by way of conversation. And he said it looks like a television. Listen now, this was at like what, after 8 o'clock at night.
This was after Bible study. This was after Bible study. This was after some of the saints had left. We were just kind of sitting around. We were just kind of this fellowship and talking. And Darrell said, he looked up. He said, "What's going on up there?" Because we saw through the window lights flickering, changing coloration, those type of things. Yeah, it looked like somebody living up there. Yeah.
Well, my brother, it has been brought to my attention. It has been told to me that that was our notice, and then somebody actually talked with me today and said that is absolutely the case. That is absolutely the case. And there are a lot of things that are going on inside the building and inside the fellowship hall that we are not aware of. And I won't even speak of those things, but there is access because the back door going into the sanctuary, into the school is not locked. It's open 24 hours. So there are people that are living in the building, which is why, and these are schools. This is a school. They're living in the area where the school is.
Who allowed that? It would be my question.
Well, it's only one person that would allow it, and that would be Dennis.
Wow.
And they are fully aware that there are people living in that building. They are fully aware. Tangela can't tell me that she is not. Dennis can't tell me that he is not. Massey cannot tell me that he is not, but they are fully aware. And there was somebody even found one of the people that live in the building. They found their food stamp card. They dropped their food stamp card.
Are you serious, bro?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. This is what I was advised. This is so I'm saying this is what I was told that from an eyewitness. So let me throw in the word allegedly so that Macmillan won't try to sue me. So I'm just gonna throw in the word allegedly. But allegedly, I was told allegedly that there are people that are living in the portion of the school. There's hair, men hair, and y'all know. I mean, most women do different types of things to their hair. So it's different from a man. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Relaxers, different things of that nature. But they are finding men's hairs in the bathroom sinks in the morning. It's children that are in that school that are using that, but there are also people that are living there.
Wow.
And I was told that somebody was living there, and I don't want to mention a name of a person. So I'm not going to do that, but I was told, and I'll let you know exactly one of the people, the names of somebody that I was told that actually lives there.
Okay.
Because we know who he is. But so that portion was brought to our attention. Now, here's the other thing. Like one of the thing, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, because we all got this notification today that there was another not a lawsuit, but a writ, another motion was filed again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow.
And it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, the unchecked spending of the money that is coming through New Life Church of Orlando, and the amount of people that are that leases are being drawn up, contracts are being drawn up to lease the property. It has turned that place is going to be so run down. It is not even a church or a sanctuary at this point. It is actually like a commercial property is basically what Dennis has turned it into.
And that's what we can't allow. If you remember, Marcus, in the scripture, it talks about, you have turned my house
into a den of thieves.
It's one thing I can remember. Even after New Life as a ministry, we acquired 3311 North Powers Drive. One of the things Bishop took pride in, he said, "This is the house of God."
Yes,
this is the house of God. It's just a certain things he would never allow.
Never.
Even if you go back and you reflect upon my reflections on Founders Week, believe it or not, Bishop, he I wouldn't say chastise or rebuke, just a small correction.
Yeah, kind of sort of. I mean, it was admonishment.
Yeah,
that's
admonishment,
what I call
exactly.
it. Admonish us.
Exactly. He came to me saying, hey, Brother Carter, that keyboard shouldn't have been standing against the wall in the sanctuary. That's just how much he took pride in the ministry. As you mentioned, even the other night, there was times we would be there with Bishop just walking the grounds. Bishop would be the first one to pick up a piece of paper.
Yes, sir.
And then he would spread us out. Hey, y'all, let's see what's going. Check the grounds. Check the grounds. Pick up the paper. It should be paper. This is the house of God. And y'all, anybody that knows Bishop Hutchins, he would say he took pride in saying, "Listen, this is the house of God." It's just certain things that he would not allow. I mean, I can go as far as, Bishop would say things like, men shouldn't come in the sanctuary with hats on. This is the house of God.
Yeah.
This is the house of God.
Yeah, you wouldn't walk into certain buildings with the hat on, and
that's what he would say. And that's exactly. And he would make reference to that. You can't go in the courthouse with your hat on. Why you gonna come in the sanctuary with your hat on?
That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct.
And so, I mean, just to see the condition of the grounds, the campus, it's
in horrible condition. It's in we know that we didn't keep it. It wasn't pristine because we didn't have that type of grass. We don't have luxury grass because we got people that park on the grass. But even that was kept up in a manner around the edges of the sanctuary, around the walls, around the four corners of the sanctuary. It was very. It was well kept.
Yeah,
it was
but I'm gonna take a step further, bro. I'm gonna take a step further. Even as you mentioned the fact of how Bishop was forward thinking.
Yes.
Bishop, in his mind, I'm telling you, anybody that's been a part of New Life for some length of time, they would tell you that Bishop said, when it's all said and done, I want the grounds to look like a golf course.
Yes.
He was driving on Metro West, Windermere, those different type of things. That's how much he appreciated and respect the property.
Yes,
absolutely, that God has blessed us with as a ministry.
And that's what when you have people who don't carry that same passion, as you do, you have people that will ride your wave. And you have what I call baggers. You have bag ladies and you have bag men.
Wow.
You have those people. They carry a lot of stuff with them, and they have so much stuff that they are carrying with them that they are too heavy to, you can't carry them. You can't continue to carry them. And I used to watch how Bishop would do that with certain people in the church. He was always carrying. I'm looking at you, this a grown 50-plus-year-old man. Why in the world, but that just wasn't the area that I came from, because my father was a different type of person that instilled things in my brother and myself about how we were supposed to do and how we were supposed to live life. And so I keep that. Absolutely. And like you said, Bishop would admonish us. Like, we were talking, like I would pull up in the car, and Bishop, if we were pulling up at the same time, Bishop, hey, elder, you see, I would never pull up to that church and see Bishop pulling a trash can, and I don't hurry up and get out of my car and take it out of his hands. Bishop, no. There are too many. We got too many brothers around here for you to be doing that. Take pride in it.
I'm gonna tell you something, but that's something that he definitely, he knew his role as a leader.
Yes,
I'll say it like that. He knew his role as a leader. Bishop would say things like, "I don't care if I know I'm the pastor of the church. I know I'm the bishop. It's but he would say, things like, if I gotta go in the bathroom, if I smell something in the bathroom, if I have to be the one to take the trash out, that don't change my position as the leader.
No,
I'm the leader.
No, it didn't. No, it doesn't.
And so that's who Bishop was as an individual, man. I'm telling you. He believed,
he definitely was.
And I see the comments, like just his level of excellence. There's no way you could be around Bishop and not take on that spirit. If you wanted to follow him, there's no way possible you couldn't have taken on that spirit of excellence. No shortcuts. No.
Not if you wanted to follow him. Yep.
I'm telling you.
Not if you wanted to follow him. You are absolutely right. Not if you wanted to follow him. And it's absolutely disgusting the way that he has done things. I agree. It is absolutely disgusting. One of our brothers typed in the chat, trying to work with this connection because it's acting a little strange tonight. But in the scripture, when we were talking, it said, "It is written." And this is Matthew. I'm going to read the new International Version, 21 and 13. It is written, he said to them, "My house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers."
Wow.
It is written. Now that was the Old Testament trans going into the New Testament, because now this is Jesus speaking, because he was referring back to the Old Testament, that my house should be called a house of prayer. And here we are dealing with a person who has turned the house of God literally, basically, figuratively, has turned our house, the house of God, into a den of robbers. Now, you know what the difference between a robber and a thief?
Yes.
There's a big difference, people.
Yes.
See, a thief comes in on you and you don't know he or she is there.
Exactly.
But a robber busts you across your head. And that's exactly what is happening to us. We are being bust across the head by Dennis Hutchins. And I keep going back to this one thing that he always said. He always says this: "I ain't new to this. I'm true to this." And I said, "You've been criminalizing for a long time."
Wow.
You've been committing criminal acts for a long time. And to play on the hearts of the people, the minds of the people, and then those of those people who are stuck in well, don't say nothing because that's the pastor. Oh, we won't want to talk on the touch, not my knowledge. There's nothing, absolutely nothing anointed about that man whatsoever. And they know it.
And I'm telling you, like, it's one of those things, man. This is a new generation of church. We call it the post-COVID generation.
Yes, that's right.
Of church. And man, the direction that the church is going, we can't continue business as usual.
Mm-mm.
We
Not at
can't.
our church.
No,
Mm-mm.
not at our church, or perhaps any church.
I hope
This
so. I hope they take a lesson from this, brother.
with the example, with
We
the
gotta be.
example, with the example, and just as you mentioned, Dr. Marcus, we're not the only church that's going
No,
through this.
no.
We're not
Mm-mm.
the only church that's going through this. But if we allow this to continue to happen, who's to blame? Who's responsible?
We are. We are. We are. If we don't stand up and say something, if we don't stand up and do something collectively as a church, as a people, especially when you see these things that are happening,
Yes,
you're
yes.
painting us as the enemy, but the house is crumbling down all around you.
Mm-mm.
All around you. And next week, you all are going to hear from someone who has been a member, a long-standing member, who will take you down a pathway so that you can understand why the passion is so great for what we are seeing that is happening in this ministry. There are too many people that are connected in the front part, Minister Randolph. There are too many people that are connected in the front part that have never been a part of the struggle to get to where
Yes,
we are now.
yes. That's so
They are
true.
not a part of it.
That's so true.
And somebody said, "Well, you weren't raised in that church." No, I wasn't. I was not raised in that church. My family, my bloodline is connected to that church in several
Yes,
areas.
yes.
However, during the whole initiating of the whole thing that took place in the late '90s, I believe it was 1999, 2000.
Hmm.
During that time, I was under Bishop at the time. He was Superintendent Hutchins, and
Yes,
he was the
yes.
superintendent of my district. I was under him.
Right.
And so I knew, because it affected all of the churches in the district, it affected all of the churches in the jurisdiction, it
Yes, sir.
affected the churches in the state, and it affected Church of God in Christ worldwide.
Worldwide. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here you got these Johnny come lately people who are looking at things and not even seeing the bigger picture.
Mm.
I was almost surprised at one particular person, but then I thought about it. You tried to slick me because you would call me and then you would go back and feed them the information after we had our conversations.
Ooh.
Tried to slick me, but I figured it out. And you call me and tell me that I'm being disrespectful to a man who has disrespected so many people. Dennis Hutchins doesn't even deserve to have the title pastor or elder attached to his name whatsoever. I will never stop saying that based
And
on
what's
everything that
um,
I've seen him do and say.
let me tell you what's funny, bro. Even as this was earlier part before we even got to this point. Um, the statement was made that I'm not trying to attack the foundation or you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to
yeah, I
attack
remember when he
the
said that.
foundation of New Life and my brother. Well, I'm not going there. I don't want to even come
But but
from that
it, but
perspective.
he's saying that, but simultaneously erasing any and everything that has anything to do with the memory of the man.
Yes, and
So
and
you
where we are as a ministry, it looks nothing like.
nothing at
It
all.
looks nothing like. I'm talking about
But it
where we
look,
are as
but
a
it
ministry.
exactly, exactly. Now, one side of it kind of does, but the other side
Oh
looks a
yes.
complete mess. And you know what it is? It is a mess because it is exactly like the chaos that is in front of it. The
Wow.
chaos of life that is in front of it. The leader walks in chaos. He walks in
Mm.
disarray. He walks in chaos and disarray. He has done everything opposite of what the bishop has done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not forward thinking, not a visionary, doesn't even walk in the right circles of people to help you. You at the end of this thing. But as long as the reason that we keep getting all these different things that are going on is because he's already, I believe, has already, no way that McMillan and Odessa Joyner would be doing all these things that they were doing if they didn't have the money, and they were getting paid
Oh man,
off of
come
everything
on.
that's coming into the church. Never had a vision. Never had a
Exactly.
vision.
Exactly. And when you
Never
get
had a
down to
vision.
when you get down to the nitty gritty of everything, if money is your is what propels you, it's nothing that you wouldn't be willing to do. For the love of
Absolutely,
money
brother.
is a root.
The root, the root, the root. And that says a lot. When you think about it, the root means that it is, if think about the root of one of the strongest and the tallest trees is a what do they call it? A sequoia.
Mm.
And also a cedar, a Lebanese cedar, the cedars of Lebanon. The wood is hard. The roots go down
Deep,
deep
yeah.
and they hold on. They grab a hold of something. They get deep and hard into it. And the root of this means that that thing is holding on to the Bible says
Yeah.
for the love of money is the root.
The root. The root.
That's a hold on. That's a hold on.
Oh man.
You know, when I was growing up, I used to have to pull up some weeds, and I pulled the weed when I was growing up. My daddy had us pull the weeds, and you pull it up at the top, and it break off.
Yeah,
And
he
my
said that
daddy
you
like,
ain't got
no,
the
you got
root.
to get
You
down.
ain't got to get the root. Yes, sir.
I said, no, you got to pull that thing up by the root. So he
Yes,
he
sir.
said, go get that shovel and dig around so you can get down there at that root
And
and
get
get
the
that
root.
weed
Get
up
the
out of
root.
there. Get that weed.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That thing has a hold on him. And that's the driving factor. That's the driving factor. The driving factor is the money.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Drina, the driving factor, and that's the only thing that he has. Oh, she got to work till 9.
And
So,
even
and
just think about
somebody
what
just,
James Morgan, yeah, what he said, man. I'm looking at that comment, and that's so true. The way it was presented to the congregation, the way it was presented. Oh, I stand on the shoulder of my mentor. We're going to be able to do 3 times the ministry.
never happened.
From the food giveaway, we're going to be able to do 3 times. We haven't seen the renovated food pantry area yet.
Go out there and see it. It's about time. Y'all go out there and see it.
Where is it? The prison reentry.
Nothing. Zero.
Where are we?
Bro, do you not know? I just got a text from somebody, a reliable source. And when I say reliable, I mean truly reliable. That Dennis is at a party in upstate New York right now. At a party in upstate New York. Ladies and gentlemen of New Life Church of Orlando. That's while our church is crumbling around us, crumbling to pieces around us.
A party.
And he's using your money to go and party in upstate New York.
Come on, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you want to do that, that's fine. That's fine. But why leave your house in disarray? Because you've already paid all these people. And now this is what came in today. Let me take a brief moment to read. He's at a party. So I'm going to put that out there. He's at a party in upstate New York. He is at a party. Oh, he at the Press's house at a party. That's where he is. I was told he was at the Press's house at a party in upstate New York. Then you know that Pressy is bankrolling, probably bankrolling some of the attorneys. Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's in it for him? I don't know.
Sir. Yes, sir.
That's his trustee board. Yeah, his trustee. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that update. I got that from two different, very reliable sources. One told me he was in New York. The other told me where he was and who he was with in New York. Wow. These are very reliable sources. So this information. I want all the Tweety birds, all the tweeters, y'all run back and tell him that I'm talking about him again. And I'm going to keep talking about him because of the things that he is doing to our church. Our church is on a crumble and a fall. While he's doing whatever he is doing, He's trying to wear us down. And all of these frivolous motions that they're doing, we need that audit to move forward, forensic audit to move forward that the judge ordered, a forensic audit. And that forensic audit is going to uncover all the dirt.
Absolutely.
You can lie on the stand all you want to, but that forensic audit is going to uncover all of the dirt.
Absolutely.
Every bit of it. Every bit of it. And you know what? Even before this happened, you know what? I'm going to answer that question even before it happened. But once you take this question, somebody said, because I think you might have a good answer for this.
Why are people supporting him?
Yes. Why do you think?
I think it's through relationship. I would say through relationship. That's the only thing I can think of. But relationship have nothing to do with ministry to the degree that you would be willing to support wrong. I'm not going to support wrong for nobody. You understand what I'm saying?
At all.
It's the relationship, and it could also come from an emotional standpoint. Oh, I know he's wrong. I know he's wrong, but everybody else is against him. So I don't.
It's
as
time
Bishop
out for
would
that.
say. As Bishop would say, there's nothing any worse than a right act done for the wrong reason. For the wrong reason.
Wow.
There's nothing any worse than a right act done for the wrong reason.
Wow.
You're going to support somebody just because of relationship, or just because, everybody else is against him.
He got a sob story for everything. Woe is me.
It's emotions. But I believe the way I could wrap that up, I would say emotions. Emotions, not logical thinking, just emotions.
Emotions, not logical thinking, and also that they are afraid of change.
Yeah, that's another thing.
We're disrupting the normal pattern of things, something that they've been used to for so long. And sometimes you can be enwrapped in slavery mentally and you don't even know it. Because you settled in it, and what you have been used to culturally is what you don't want to change, because that cultural norm might be very, very wrong.
Exactly. I read a quote by Frederick Douglass. I can't say it for
I'm gonna find that quote. Frederick Douglass quote, because I want to Frederick Douglass quote.
I think it says something along the lines of knowledge makes you unfit to be a slave.
Yes.
Knowledge
unfits you.
That's how he said it.
To be a slave.
Knowledge unfits you to be a slave.
When
you know better, you do better.
And you know what? That's biblical. You know why? Because the Bible says, "My people perish
for a lack of knowledge."
It's because we don't know.
Yes.
But when you do know, if you stay in it after you know it, then that's shame on you. Shame on you. And here, this destroying the church is not normal. Birds of a feather flock, because that's absolutely so right. It is not normal. But you know what? It's not normal, but it's his normal. You know why? Because he's done it before.
But you know what? And not only that, look at the association. That's exactly
that part.
That's what the birds of a feather.
Yep.
It's the association.
Yep.
I'm not gonna call any names, but look at the association.
Absolutely. Wow. I'm gonna come. There was another question, because and think about this. It says, why hasn't the board, rather old, new, or elected, done something? That is a very, very good question. And those that question will be addressed, very soon. So just stay tuned to see what happens. We are going to be we are at a point of just being tired.
Yes.
Tired of going back and forth with this man and this walk of chaos, and not only chaos, but just the whole entire mode of dysfunction that he operates in.
Yeah.
Operates in dysfunction. He lives in dysfunction. And then not only that, he feels like he is entitled to something that isn't his, or something that he didn't even work for. Man. I'm surprised at Elder Presley, but I don't know the conversations that they've had. I really am surprised at Elder Presley. I am. But maybe, I'm not coming against their friendship, but I would say this, my father would never uphold me in my wrong. My mother would never uphold me in my wrong.
Sir. You know something my mama would tell me? My mama said, listen, if you do something out here crazy, you got to pay for it. You got to pay for it.
You, absolutely.
You do the crime, you do the time.
You do the time. That's right. That's right.
I'm not going to lose my mortgage. I'm not going to lose my house, mortgage in my house because of something dumb mistake that you.
Bro, hear me when I say.
I'm trying to tell
especially after they done taught you better.
Exactly.
You made that choice.
Exactly.
They taught you better. And so let me I'm going to get to this because I want to read this. This came through this morning. It says a motion for execution of writ of possession. Y'all hear this now, because they twisted this thing up so much. When I tell you that this thing is so twisted up, comes now the cross-claim defendant. Now, first, let me read. The defendant is, or the person who's actually doing the suing is Dennis Hutchins.
Okay.
Dennis Hutchins, an individual. And it says motion for execution of writ of possession. Comes now the cross-claim defendant, Derek Hutchins, by and through is this honorable court to order of court order. I don't even know what the heck he wrote here. That's crazy. What is that you writing? Attorney. You're supposed to be an attorney. You're supposed to put your English together better than this. So anyway, he goes here. He says, okay, now I can see it. By and through his undersigned counsel. There it goes. Comes now the cross-claim defendant, Derek Hutchins, by and through his undersigned counsel, and requests this honorable court to order the clerk of court to issue the writ of possession. Derek Hutchins didn't ask the court to write no writ of possession. What is he talking about? Who is he talking about? Ordered by the judge Tina Caraballo in case number 2023-CC-003246-O as in Oscar. And as grounds, therefore, the cross-claim defendant would state. Now, this is not as goes. Now I'm gonna have to get my cousin, who was the state attorney in Atlanta, to help me out with this one. Don't charge me, cuz I ain't gonna call you name, but you are the state's attorney. You are the elected official. All right. And my cousin, the Honorable Rose Sconyers in Buffalo, New York. I'm just going to shout that out there just so people know yes, sir.
You know what they're going to say? They're going to say you name dropping now. You name dropping.
I am. Plaintiff, New Life Ministries of Orlando, Inc. Herein after New Life filed a complaint for eviction and damages against Dream Big Academy of Learning Corp. Hereinafter Dream Big Academy. Dream Big Academy rents space from New Life at 3311 North Powers Drive in Orlando. Now, let's back it up, because we already know that Dream Big put in an investment of over $100,000 prior to moving into. So it should not have been an investment of over $100,000 for them. It should have actually already been taken care of prior to moving in.
Yeah.
But because they did that, Bishop worked out concessions and a whole lot of stuff so that Dream Big can move through. And they could attest to more of that than I can. But they have very much put in quite a bit of money.
Yes.
We're talking about 6 figures here.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And everybody knows that Bishop would get up on Sunday and talk about Dream Big and tell us to go over there and look at what Miss Kim
how they renovated upstairs.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly. Got it ready for the school. Got everything ready and right for the students to move in.
Yes.
So, and in the meantime, there were other things that should have been fixed based on their agreement that along the way would have been fixed supposedly. And we all know that who was over the tenants was the Schlep Rock. If you don't know who Schlep Rock is, you need to go back and watch the Flintstones. Everything he put his head to fall to pieces. The Schlep Rock, Bishop wanted to be Bishop was so loved his family. He wanted to do things for them.
Yes, absolutely.
But you got to know, he already knew who he was dealing with. And if you got to be in on a person, this person has cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. My brother, when I tell you my foot have to be surgically removed, if it was my brother.
Oh my God.
So the parties conducted a non-jury trial in front of the Honorable Tina Caraballo on June 13, 2023. As a result of the trial, Judge Caraballo issued a final judgment for possession in favor of New Life. They got some more money. That's what happened. They got more money. And she was holding the money in escrow, which is good, until those issues were fixed, repaired, replaced, resolved. They were never resolved.
Wow.
They were never resolved. But she ultimately, the judge saw in their favor. Now, again, here we are. You getting all of this stuff. Bishop gave us a picture of what the overhead was, and he also gave us a picture of the monies that were coming in, all the different things. We kind of knew those things, even though we didn't have a board meeting or a church meeting to go over the finances and stuff. He did keep that in front of us.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
All right. So then it says here, the defendants. Now look at this. Look how crossed up this is. The defendants, Derek W. Hutchins II, filed their amended petition filed their amended petition against New Life on July 7, 2023. This court established an interim administrative board on August the 3rd, 2023 to govern the business affairs of New Life until this matter, right? He says until this matter is resolved, right?
Yes.
Now hear this what he said now, because he really doesn't want this to be those things. Okay. Now it says here, the Derek Hutchins IAB members have refused to allow New Life to obtain the writ of possession ordered by Judge Caraballo so that New Life can evict Dream Big Academy from the premises located at 3311 North Powers Drive.
What?
That's what he said. The IAB will not allow him allow New Life, and they are not supposed to allow.
That's what I'm gonna say. What would be the reason?
What would be the reason? Not supposed to allow them to do that. Nah.
What would be the reason?
Exactly. Well, here's the reason. Money, 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 money. The love of money is the root of all evil.
Wow.
The money, they getting paid. Now, I believe that Attorney McMillan has already got him a good chunk of change.
Oh, of course.
They're probably getting more.
Of course.
And meanwhile, Dennis the Menace is up in New York partying with the Presses. Now, I like Sister Pressy. I like Elder Pressy. I ain't got nothing against them at all.
Money, 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 money. Stop. Anyway.
Bro,
That's
So
crazy.
it's crazy. So cross-claim defendant now requests dishonorable to issue an order instructing the clerk of court to issue the writ of possession ordered by Judge Caraballo on June the 26th. New Life needs immediate possession of the space currently occupied by Dream Big Academy. Dream Big was evicted. Dream Big was not evicted. Dream
What
Big
you?
was not evicted.
So my question would be, what do you need a space for?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked because here is why they need the space. Providence Christian Preparatory is scheduled to take possession of the leased space on October the 1st if Dream Big Academy does not vacate the property. New Life will be in breach of contract with Providence Christian Preparatory, exposing New Life to damages. That's your fault, man.
I'm gonna say it one more time.
That's your
Money,
fault.
money, money, money.
The whole purpose.
Wow.
Money. That's what it's all about. New
Wow.
Life will also lose the additional rent that Providence Christian Preparatory has agreed to pay. Now, furthermore, show us where the rent money that
It's
they are
going.
paying you is going anyway, because we don't know. The church
It's
doesn't know.
supposed.
It's definitely not going to fix and repair the kitchen. Oh, oh, oh. It was told to me allegedly that the reason that the stoves and stuff, the kitchen is run down the way it is
Mm-hmm.
because, or broke down and they couldn't do, is because those people that are living in it were using the stove and burnt it up. And that's what I was told, allegedly, by a reliable source, somebody that's in the building every day.
Whoa.
No, upstate New York is not cheap. My father's from Syracuse. Upstate New York is not cheap. And you listen. You see, did
Wow.
y'all see the pictures? Preston he got a nice palatial estate up there in upstate New York. He definitely has a nice palatial estate up in New York. So I'm sure the who's and the what's are up there, but he ain't gonna let nobody take no pictures.
Mm.
If it is, they ain't won't be posted nowhere where you can see. It does not make, and furthermore, this is what he writes. He says, it does not make any sense why the Derek Hutchins IAB members have refused to allow New Life to obtain the writ of possession, and yet here we are. New Life has no recourse but to seek the intervention of this court to prevent the loss of income and to avoid a potential lawsuit brought by Providence Christian Preparatory. That's your fault. You did that. You did
Absolutely.
that. You did that. And now it's in the hands of the IAB. And this information needs to go before that judge as well. So that judge knows that there is an interim board in place that is running the affairs of the church. If there is not an agreement, because there are things that he should have had done when he was the over the leases.
Over the leases, absolutely, yeah.
He's supposed to be this big contract general, this person that could negotiate deals and make contracts.
Master negotiator.
And you couldn't negotiate your way out of a wet paper bag, please, at all. Couldn't do no negotiation. It's ridiculous. But this is more money that has to be spent frivolously for what they are doing. He party hardy in New York with the presses, and the church is still here trying to deal with all this mess. And it boggles my mind that there are those who are believing, oh, he's doing the best he can. Oh, yeah, he is doing the best he can. He party hardy. He is partying hardy, having a
Well,
good time.
I say if this is the best he's doing, the church don't need it. We
At all.
as a ministry, we should not be dealing with this. We should not
That's
be dealing with this as a ministry.
at all. That's not where his mindset is. His mindset is specifically on getting what he can get right now. He's going to run this thing through, and there won't be anything left. Nothing left for the children, nothing left for the grandchildren,
Wow.
nothing left for the future generations. And that's where we are. So,
Wow.
New Life Church of Orlando, churches of Orlando, make sure, as a matter of fact, churches around the world, I'm going to tell you all that you need to have a plan in place if your ministry is to supersede you when you die.
Yes.
or is your ministry going to die with you?
With you. Yes.
You
Yes.
have to have a succession plan in place, because
Absolutely.
anybody that tells me that they, if you're looking at this as a career, that's fine. You could be a career preacher. You can be a career preacher. Yo, you own to something. You own to something, Travis. You own to something.
Hmm.
It is terrible. It is sad. Is beyond sad. No words. None of us can believe these things that we are seeing, these things that are happening. People are living in their church. That means that once we get an opportunity to reclaim those things, we have to really go back through and clean and clean. And there are things that were told to me that are happening in the fellowship hall in the upstairs behind, and I won't mention on this program, but I will speak to it and tell it at another time, because so my question is, here's another question, because I'm wondering, is the Providence School, is that the same school, Winners Academy, that was in the old Target building? Yeah, living in the church, Lula, living in the church upstairs.
Wow.
I believe, isn't that Providence? Isn't it Providence? They changed their name. They used to be Winners Academy in the old Target building, I believe. Is anybody
I
familiar
I
with that?
I heard that. I'm not
Yes,
sure. Yeah.
yes, yes, they are. Yes, they are. So
Oh.
there was something that happened that fell through, that they weren't able to get that or whatever it was. And now they're over here in our church renting property. And there's a hidden agenda behind that, if you ask me. They just changed their name. So if they change their name, I need to do some research on what happened with this Winners Academy. I need to find
Yeah.
out. And
Absolutely.
I'm a fact finder. I'm gonna
Yes,
find out what
sir.
happened. I'm gonna dig that up, find out exactly what happened. Why are you no longer in the Target building and now you're over here? And it's clear. It is clear. We come in on oh, they lost their license.
Oh.
Oh, do tell, do tell. We're gonna do some research. Thank you, Trina. We're gonna do some research. They lost their license, and they changed their name from Winners Academy to Providence.
I'm gonna tell you how they would say back in South Carolina, Dr. Marcus. They would say it's a dead cat on the line, and I smell it.
Oh, my mama used to say that. It's
Yes,
a
sir. It's
dead
a
cat on the line.
dead cat on the line. I smell it. Yes,
Oh,
sir. So,
somebody posted. Oh, thank you for that link. Thank you for that link. Arrest. Oh, wow.
mm-mm.
Their kids do it
Wow.
all the time. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Just change the name. Interesting. Yes. So let me tell you, Lulu asked the question. She said, living in the sink in yeah. So they're living there. So we were standing outside after
Me.
Impact
Yep.
Word the other night. Me, Minister Carter, and
And
brother
Daryl.
Daryl.
Yes.
And we were talking. And Daryl noticed a light from upstairs
Mm-hmm.
changing colors. And he said, "Is that a TV up there?" And I looked up, me and Randolph, we looked up, kind of looked, see what was going on, and saw the
Yep.
lights flicker, changing colors and stuff. Like, that is a TV.
Yep.
In a conversation totally unrelated today, in a conversation totally unrelated,
Mm.
it was spoken to me that people are living in the building.
Mm.
Totally unrelated. Didn't even know
Wow.
that this was going to come up.
Wow.
Totally unrelated. And they have seen with their own eyes. Now, I already said at the front part, allegedly, so I don't have to say it again. Y'all heard. Roll the tape back, if you want to see.
There you go.
They live, there are people that are living, they are finding evidence of that. The evidence, because you know what, you know how, and I told y'all, I said it smelled like rat infestation back there in that. I don't remember it ever smelling like that before.
No. No.
Mm,
No. No. No.
mm-mm.
No. No.
Not when Bishop was alive. It did
No,
not
sir.
smell like that back there. And it is so dirty, nasty, and filthy back there. When I was back there, I was getting ready to pull out some some flowers and stuff, but I couldn't see. So I was like, I ain't sticking my hand down here. Y'all would have thought if something that red on me, y'all would have thought it was a woman up in there. I ain't gonna lie, I would have probably put out a scream like, no. I went to put my hand and I thought about it. I said, no, bro, because even I had my flashlight on my phone. I still couldn't see because it's so dark back there. But it smelled like rat infestation back there. It smelled. You can smell the rats and stuff, but there's some activity that's going on behind there. We really need to get in there and clean that place out and throw that stuff away. But they're not going to do it because that back office, that little space back there, is filthy. It stays dirty. We have to go in and clean the building every Sunday that we use. Every service, whether it be Sunday morning or whether it be our midweek service, we have to go in there and clean up every single day. And this is by usage of this Providence. If they got a contract to pay money, they need to clean up behind themselves every single day.
Absolutely.
Every day. And here we are taking a back seat to these people who are absolutely tearing down the facility, tearing it down. What are we going to do?
I'm sure if code enforcement came in that place and things are not in order, it could shut down everything that we're doing.
They can. And once this forensic audit goes forth, you know, a forensic audit can take some time. It can take some time because they are going to go through those financial records like a fine-tooth comb. It's trash on the tables on Tuesday and Sunday. Yes, it is. They're going to go through those financial records like a fine-tooth comb, and they're going to find every little discrepancy.
Well,
every little discrepancy. It's going to go from little discrepancies to big ones. Little to big ones. Shame on you. Shame and woe to them who are trying to protect this man based on a loyalty to a liar, loyalty to a thief, loyalty to a robber, loyalty, friendship. You put protocol over God and God's people. That is so wrong.
On so many levels.
They don't care. On so many levels, bro. Every time I think about all those families in Chattanooga, Tennessee, when I think about all those families and the lives that were ruined, right? I don't even think that people kind of get, if they could picture in their mind, the level of hurt, the level of deceit, the level of frustration, the brokenness, and the disenfranchisement with church based on that man's doings. Goes from Chattanooga, goes down to South Carolina, same thing happens.
Look what's happening. That's all I was going to say. Look what's happening now.
And here we are again. Because even with the thing that happened when the whole issue with Bishop Hutchins, the late Bishop Derek W. Hutchins, and the former late Bishop of the Church of God in Christ, Bishop Chandler D. Owens, that disenfranchised hundreds of thousands of people.
Yes, we're affected. Yeah.
Affected. And I could say it was probably at least 1 million, because we're not just talking about in the state of Florida. We're talking about worldwide.
Yes, absolutely.
That were disenfranchised by the things that happened, that were extremely cut, extremely broken, extremely hurt, extremely torn. People left the church, didn't want to have anything to do with it whatsoever. This man gets on the stand. He lies after taking an oath. Now, you lie, you take an oath, and then you tell a lie. Not only did you tell a lie on the stage, but then you know what he said? I'm just doing what I've seen all the other pastors before me do.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Now you try to throw Bishop under the bus.
Yeah.
But not only Bishop, all the other pastors, all the other Kojic preachers. They couldn't pay somebody to have you in their church to preach. Bishop was the only one that would give him a chance.
Exactly.
Couldn't pay nobody.
Yep. Places Bishop would be assigned to go to, traveling the country. He would send him instead, just to try to open up a door, give him opportunities. Yeah, that's so true.
And thank you. That's all right. Thank you. Better luck next time. And I don't even use the word luck, but it would be like a better luck next time. You have to force people to try to, and they're doing it because they want to give a favor to the bishop.
Yep.
That's my friend. Let me help my friend. That's his brother. He really can't preach. And when the people find out that he coming, they don't even show up. What does that tell you? You ain't got no word. You ain't got no enthusiasm. I wish when we have another opportunity, we gonna clown cut up. But I'm not gonna do it tonight.
We can't.
Hey, Mama Gloria. But my heart is for the people of New Life. My heart is for the people that have slaved, and I don't even want. Let me not use it. Who have labored
in the vineyard,
in the vineyard for this ministry, have given their blood, their sweat, their tears, and their money.
Yes,
and to have it, and then to have to travel, through hard times, and to finally get to a home.
Yeah.
Finally get to a home.
Yeah, and almost be kicked out.
So almost be kicked out. They're paying attorneys to keep us out.
Yeah. That's so true.
Only in America can you sue the church with their own money.
Wow.
You using the church money to sue the church, to keep the people out of the church. That's in essence what you're doing. You're suing. And anybody that is okay with that, anybody that's okay with that, you will be okay with that. That we all could get in the house and worship together.
That's absolutely
we can all get in the house and we can all worship together because it's a New Life Church of Orlando.
That's it.
New Life Church. You got thieves in the house though, and thieves need to be exposed. I wouldn't even call them sheep and wolves. I wouldn't even call them wolf and sheep clothing. They're just wolves.
Just wolves. Yes.
They done took the covers all the way off. They don't even have the sheep clothing on anymore. They don't even have the wool on. They just got their own fur. Just attacking.
Yeah.
Like wild dogs. But that goes to show you what when I was a little kid, we used to break dance. That was before you was born.
That's in the 80s.
Yes, sir. Us 80s.
I'm 89, Marcus. I'm 89.
Yeah, I know. But by the time 89 came, we weren't breakdancing no more.
Yo, moonwalking.
Well, they was moonwalking and breakdancing still. Moonwalking and breakdancing and because Michael Jackson, they did all of that around the same time.
Right.
But there used to be this song, this group. I can't remember the name of it, but there was rapping was like getting big because my uncle was turning me on to rap back then. Hip hop. He was real heavy into it, right? And there was this group that used to sing this song called "What People Do for Money."
Oh,
it was a rap song, and it says some of the lyrics. It says sometimes it'll make you cry. What people do for money, it'll make you cry. What you find out that people do. And I have been saddened about watching the demise of our church, the devastation of our church.
Yeah.
It's like it's being torn down brick by brick systematically. And he has people that are helping him to do it.
Yeah.
And there are other people that are standing idly by because they don't know where they want to. That's all he can do is run his mouth. They don't know which way to go, and they are caught up in the lies.
Yeah.
And then if they question,
it's crazy because we would have this conversation even in servitude. If you take money out the equation, who will serve?
Wow. Yeah, boy.
Who would serve? Who would? Wow. If you take money out this whole scenario, who will be around?
Wow.
For the legacy and for the foundation that's already been laid.
Wow. That's food for thought. Y'all need to eat on that. Y'all need to eat on that. Who will be around? Who will be around? Who has the integrity? Who has the integrity to do right by the people of God?
That's it.
Who has it? Who is transparent enough? Who's a transparent leader? Who? There's so much. There's so much. That's deep, Randolph. That's food for thought, bro. That's food for thought. Now, listen, we've been on long enough. We just wanted to come through y'all and get y'all an update as to but we wanted to put that out there because it's floating around that Pastor Derek Hutchins II is a part of suing to put the Dream Big Academy, and that is not true. So not true. So we wanted to come on and make sure that we did give y'all that update because we know what's out there is public record, and it was really seen that, yeah, bro, that was really deep, bro. You know, that's really deep. That's really deep. So y'all think about that. Y'all think about that. Who would say that quote again, brother?
I say, if you take money out the equation, who would be around? Who would stay to serve? You know, serve the ministry.
Who would it be? Who would it be? Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you all for joining us tonight on Conversations with the Culture, and our guest host tonight was Minister Randolph Carter. Y'all gonna be seeing a little bit more of him as the future goes forward. You're gonna be seeing some more of Minister Carter. I appreciate you tonight. Y'all stay tuned for next week. We got a special guest that's gonna come on. It's gonna be really good, really, really good. Peace out. Good night.
Yes, sir.